Friends, now we will discuss about another application of Gauss law. So this is actually we will find out electric field due to uniformly charged thin spherical cell. So we are given a thin spherical cell. Thin spherical cell means just imagine a football. That will be a thin spherical cell if its surface is thin and inside it is vacuum. Okay, so vacuum or air. Okay, so thin spherical cell we are given, and let the charge on the surface is q and its surface charge density is sigma. Surface charge density is sigma, that is SCD, surface charge density, that is q by 4 pi capital R square. You see the radius of this sphere is capital R. So this is a charged thin spherical cell, and we are to find out electric field, okay, inside and also outside this spherical cell. To calculate this, we will take the help of Gauss law. Okay, now you see first point is electric field at outside point. Here the outside point I have taken as capital A. So at that point we will find out electric field, and keep it in mind that this is the charge distribution. Not only at this point, throughout the surface there is charge, and the total charge is the small q, and surface charge density is sigma. Now see, to calculate electric field, first we have to take a Gaussian surface. So in this case, the Gaussian surface will be a spherical surface, you see, like this, having radius small r, because we have to take the Gaussian surface as if it is symmetric about the charge distribution. So here the Gaussian surface is again a sphere of radius small r. Now you see, at any point on this Gaussian surface the electric field will be outward. Any point you take it, it will be outward, and suppose at this point we will take a delta S. Okay, then the total flux phi linked with this delta S will be E dot delta S. Okay, this is your delta phi, so to say. This will be equal to E into delta S, then cos theta. Here cos theta will be 1 because theta is 0 degrees, so it will be E delta S, and the total flux linked with this Gaussian surface will be equal to E into S, and E here is to be calculated, so this is E into S. Now you see, this S can be written as 4 pi small r square, because this is the surface area of the Gaussian surface. Now as per Gauss law, this phi E will be how much? Now this will be equal to the total charge inside the Gaussian surface. The total charge inside the Gaussian surface, that is q in. So it is q in by epsilon 0, and now we will calculate what is q in. Okay, q in is how much? Inside the Gaussian surface, you see the total charge is there, that is q is there, so this will be q by epsilon 0. Okay, and this phi E is E into 4 pi small r square. Already I have written here. So this E into 4 pi small r square will be q by epsilon 0, and the next step we will get E to be equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. One interesting point here is, it is similar to a point charge. Suppose we are having a charge q here, and at a distance small r from this, the electric field would have been this much. So that means if we have a charge small q here at O, at distance r, we would have obtained this much electric field. So this thin spherical cell behaves as if there is a point charge q at its center. Now if you want to find out E vector, so this E vector will be equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Again there will be a unit vector n cap. Its direction will be outward if this charge distribution is positive, and it will be inward if the charge distribution is negative. So now let us see what happens in case of a internal point. If I take a internal point, that means instead of taking A, if I take B, you see in the diagram there is a point B. That B is inside the thin spherical shell. So in that case, if we find out electric field, so E at in interior point or inside point, so in that case, as we know, we have to first take a Gaussian surface. So here the Gaussian surface is like this. Again it is a sphere of radius small r. In this case, this small r is same as that, because we have taken this so as to compare these two cases. That is why, but keep it in mind that capital R is the radius of that sphere, that the thin spherical shell. So here, if we do the same thing, electric field will be outward, and if you take a small, small area element vector delta S, so it will be also outward. So total flux linked will be again E into S, as we have calculated in the previous case. So as per Gauss law, this total flux linked will be charge inside the Gaussian surface by epsilon 0. One interesting point here is that inside the Gaussian surface there is no charge. Whatever charge is there, that is on this surface. So this Q in will be 0, so 0 by epsilon 0 will be 0, and this phi E is equal to E into S. So E into S again here 4 pi small r square, that will be 0. So we will get electric field to be equal to 0. That means inside this thin spherical shell, at any point the electric field is 0, whereas outside this the electric field varies, inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That means if we make a graph between this R and E, so up to capital R, keep it in mind, capital R is the radius of that sphere. Up to capital R it is 0, and then it decreases inversely proportional to, means R square. Here it is inversely proportional to R square, but in this case, in first part, this is 0, electric field equal to 0. Thank you.